let's try this. Now, for this tutorial, we will need yarn. We will need a darning needle and scissors and a crochet hook, always. Now, the yarn is Red Heart, and I don't remember the name. I think it was just beige or and it is a 4-weight, and I'm using a 6mm hook. Now, to do a slip knot, I go around my finger twice, then I take this yarn and put it over this one, then I take this one and put it over my finger and pull down, and I chain 7. 6, 7, and I go in the second stitch from the hook and make a single crochet and put a single crochet in every stitch down to the end. And then chain 1 and turn. Now I'm going to switch to a half double crochet and every stitch across. Half double crochet is excuse me, yarn over, go through the stitch, pull up the yarn. You have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3. Grab the yarn, pull up, yarn over and go through all 3. Chain 1 and turn. Okay, this is where I switch it up a little bit. Okay, my yarn will quit getting stuck. I'm not going to go through the top of the stitch here as you would normally go. I'm going to go down in between these half double crochets and make a half double crochet. Go through the stitch, come up, you have 3 on your hook, yarn over and go through all 3. Go in between the stitches from the previous row and make a half double crochet. Chain 1 and turn. Now, and that's what it looks like. I think it makes a really pretty stitch. Now, as you know, hats is not so much stitch count or row count. It's getting it as long as you need to fit the head that you're making it for. So I'll do another row and then we can go and get it to the length that we need it to fit the head that we're making the hat for. So yarn over and go through the stitches in between the half double crochets and make a half double crochet. Go in between every one of them and not split your yarn. And I chain 1 and turn, and I really do think it turns out really, really pretty. Now let's do this until we get it the length that we need it, and then I'll come back and tell you what else I did. Okay, since this is just a test run, I was gonna just go ahead and show you how to slip stitch it together. You want the back side up so that the seam doesn't show, and then you want to line each panel up when you fold it, line it up and slip stitch. slip stitch and go through here and slip stitch. You just go through the stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through. 2 loops, take this loop and put it through this one on your hook. And that is a slip stitch. You slip stitch the whole thing. Okay, and then chain 1. Now you're going to start to build the body of the hat. So you need to put we need to put a single crochet in every stitch until you get back to the beginning. And then when you get, there's no defined stitch, so you have to go in just around the base of the half double crochet. That's all we can do, is we need a single crochet in every stitch around. Until you get back, and then you can slip stitch into the first single crochet that you made, chain 1. Now is when we change to the half double crochet. Yarn over, go through the same stitch that you slip stitched in and do a half double crochet. And you do a half double crochet all the way around. This hat wouldn't even fit my finger, but I'm just showing this how to do it. Okay, half double crochet all the way around your hat until you get back, and then you slip stitch into the first half double crochet that you made, chain 1. Now instead of going through the top again, you're going to do what you did in the band. You're going to half double crochet, go down in between the half double crochets of the previous row and make your half double crochet in between the stitches and make a half double crochet all the way around. Half double crochet in between the half double crochets from the previous row until you get back to the beginning, and then slip stitch into the first half double crochet that you made. Half double crochet, okay? And then you keep doing that until you get it as tall as you need it for the person that you're making it for, okay? Continue with the half double crochets in between the stitches from the previous row. You just keep going in between there. Those 2 half double crochets here, go in between those 2 and make the half double crochet. That's what we're doing. And we do it until we get it tall enough for the person that we're making it for, which this one is going to be for a baby. So I probably won't need to go up a whole lot. I love babies. All my kids are grown, and I don't have any babies. I've got my youngest grandson is 6, and my oldest is 13. So I don't have any babies. And my neighbor had a baby, and I asked her to measure the baby's head so I can make a hat. And she said, honey, just think big. Now that baby's head is not big. It is adorable. It does have some little cheeks. I mean, they're just too sweet. Too sweet. Like I said, I love babies. I told my husband I need my baby fix, and he thinks I'm crazy. But hey, I love babies, and we're coming up on the last one around here. And if you didn't want to slip stitch, you could use this seam as the reference to know that that is your last stitch. And then you keep going around, half double crochets in between the half double crochets of the previous row, and please excuse, I don't know if you can hear the background. My son and my husband are die-hard football fans, and they love football, and sorry, had a little camera problem there. But if you can hear the background, again, I am very sorry. My son and my husband are football fans. And at 8 o'clock, our hometown team, Tennessee Titans, are getting ready to play. So they are hyped up, and you just please excuse it, and I'm very sorry. Now, continue to go half double crochets in between the half double crochets of the previous row. Excuse me, I am fighting a cold. The weather here in Ohio is just crazy. One day it's 60, the next day it's 30 something. You just can't win. So, on the 18th of this month, I go back to the dentist and I get the molds, I guess, for the dentures. And quite a few years ago, I had cancer and I had to take some chemotherapy, and it ruined the enamel on my teeth. So I had surgery, and I just told them, go ahead and take them out, all of them. So, and now I'll get dentures. And here soon I should be getting a call from my eye doctor to come and get my eyeglasses so I can see. So I'll be a whole new person here in the next few weeks. I told my husband, I said, man, I did a complete do-over. But I had to have them take my teeth, and that was sad. But which would I rather have? So I'm not complaining. I survived, and I praise God. I give it all to God, because I tell you, without my faith, I wouldn't be here, because everybody knows now that I lost my daughter in 2017, and it almost destroyed me. And holidays are real tough on me, but with the Lord and my crochet friends, I get through it. Okay, now back to this hat. You just keep making half double crochets in between the stitches of the previous row, and get the tangles out of your yarn. Okay, that was easy. Okay, I'm going to come up on my last one, and this will hit the measurement for the baby. So I'll show you what I do to the top of the hat and close it. Um, I switch over to a half double, or no, I'm sorry. I switch over to a single crochet again, and that's how I decrease and close the hat. So here we go. Alright, I went past it a little bit. There we go. Alright, now I switch over to a single crochet, and I put a single crochet in every stitch around. Just one single in every stitch until I get back to the beginning, and we just single crochet, and okay, getting ready to come up on the end, getting ready to come up to the beginning of the hat here. And then we start our decrease to close the hat. Okay, two more. All right, one more stitch. Okay, now the next row is where I start my decreases. I single crochet in 5 stitches. Okay, and then I crochet 2 together. And how I do that is I go into okay, see the V here? You have 2. Okay, you go in the very first one and pull up yarn, and then you go through the second stitch and pull up, and you'll have 3 on your hook. And I go through all 3, and then one single in each 5 stitches. I didn't say that right. 5 stitches of single crochets, and then 2 together. Now I go through the first strand and I pull up a loop, and then I go through the second stitch and I pull up a loop, and there's 3. Yarn over and go through all 3, and then a single in 5 crochet, 5 stitches. I can talk today. I'm tongue tied or something. Okay, 5, and then 2 together. Again, I go through the very first strand. Let me show you again. You have 2 strands and it makes a V. That is the stitch. Go through the very first one here and pull up a loop, and then go through the second stitch, pull up a loop, and you go through all 3 and you make 2 into 1. Then you go into 5. 5. And then you do a decrease. And then now your next row, you're going to single crochet into 4 stitches and decrease. So single crochet into 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, 4, and then decrease. You can go through both of them and pull up a loop and then go through all 3 is to decrease also. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can go through both loops, pull up a loop, go through the second stitch, pull up a loop, go through all 3, and that is a decrease also. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then decrease. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then decrease. 1, 2, go through all 3. Okay, and then one more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then decrease. 1, 2. Okay, now you're the next row. You're going to go through. You're going to make 3 single crochets and then decrease. So 1, 2, and 3, and then decrease. Again, you can go through the front, just one of the strands of yarn, go through 1, pull up a loop, go through the next stitch, just the front stitch, add 3 on your hook, turn yarn over and go through all 3, and then you can 1, 2, and 3, and then go through the stitch 1, and go through the second stitch 2, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and then 1, 2, and 3, and go through the stitch, pull up a loop, go through the second stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through all 3, and then 1, 2, and 3, and last one, pull up a loop, go through the second stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through all 3. Now the next row, 2 single crochets and then decrease. 1, 2, and then decrease. 1, 2, and decrease. 1, 2, and decrease. Okay, 1, 2, and then decrease last. Okay, now your next row, you probably guessed it, 1 single crochet and then decrease, and then 1 single crochet and decrease. Excuse me. 1 single and decrease. 1 single and then decrease. Last one, 1 single and then decrease. Okay, And now you can either slip stitch and sew the rest of it together, or you can do a decrease and all the stitches that are left. Now I will, after you put one in each of the stitches that you have left, slip stitch and tie off, and leave a length of yarn that you can sew the rest of the hat in together with. I don't know, I guess that's what, about 3-4 inches. I don't know. And then take your darning needle and then go in through the stitch and then go out the stitch next to it and then go in through the next stitch and then go out the next stitch next to it and then go in through the next stitch and out the next stitch and then pull, and it would close that all the way up. Then you hide your yarn and you can sew some of those a little closer together and just sew your end in so that you know it's going to stay go every which way that you can and it won't come out. And cut your yarn off. Put your needle back before you lose it. And then turn your hat right side out. And there is your beautiful baby hat. I really hope I did this good. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. I know that from your comments that you're lovely people and that you would never hurt me. So if you write down below or email me with any mistakes that I made, I will take it as a loving gesture and not criticism to hurt. So please. But this is my hat that I come up with. And I hope that you like it and you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed doing this. I truly love you all. Remember, love each other. Don't hurt. Don't be nasty. Don't be hateful and mean. Love one another as He has loved us. I pray for you all. God bless, and I love you. Until the next one.